All right, I haven't had you guys laugh for a while with Benny, but I was just talking with my brother. We just went over one of the times with Benny. Benny, let's just put it this way. This was one of the classic ones that we're just going over it. It was just like, I mean, you had a hard time breathing, but I'll tell it to you like this. Back in the days, I don't even remember, I told you about one of the guys we grew up with named Camera. Camera had a head injury from a subway accident. I'll explain that another day, but I think I did in the old days. So anyway, Cameron was a big time drug dealer. So that's what I mean, what do you do after you get into an accident, a head injury with a subway rail or something from riding the subways? So anyway, so during back in the days in New York City when they had the TNT squads, the tactical narcotic teams, whatever, they raided Cameron's place and they took him. So that when they were taking him out in handcuffs, Cameron turned to Benny because Cameron looked like some wild Debo type motherfucker. Like that's how he looked, like crazy. And he had one of those like white surfer helmets, like not the surfer skateboard helmets back then, so because he had a plate that was put in, so in case he bumped into something. So anyway, it was funny because when the cops would take off the helmet, they would see that big scar. They would like just put the helmet back on, and he would just look at him with his twisted eye. Anyway, so what happened was, so he's walking out of the building in handcuffs with everybody. The camera turns to Benny. Yo, Benny, take care of what's important. So Benny understood what that meant. Once the cops goes bye, Benny was going back into the apartment to secure, cash or whatever it may be and put it on the side till Camar comes back. This is how, it's how people in the hood are. So it's no big deal. So we go into the apartment afterwards because, of course, I went because, listen, some people had summer camp. I had the projects. So we went back into the apartment, like it says the big tape on the door, NYPD, no trespassing, all of that. Slip, slip, slip. Like we're getting inside, that type of stuff. So we go inside, and we already knew where he kept his cash, his jewelry, the whole thing. So we went in there, we just took everything out and stuff like that, but we had a problem. It was a big parrot. His camera had a parrot. It was like a white cockatool, something like that. I'm like, what are we gonna do with him? So Benny's like, I don't know. So hold on a second. We can't just leave him here. This dude's gonna starve. Parents on the set like, dog, don't leave me here. It's dark. So anyway, so Benny gets an idea. He goes, he gets the big parrot cage and he wheels it out because it's like on this long cage. It's like, so he takes the lady next door like, dum dum. And he's like, yes, how can I help you? And he's like, hola, senora, can you take care of the bird for a couple of days? I'll be back. He takes some of Cameron's money. Look, his money for the food because we're going to do some painting next door. We don't want the bird to get sick. Really, that thing was going to be raided by the Manhattan DA the next day. But anyway, the lady said, no problem. I take it. It's so cute. I take the bird, no problem. So the bird's taken care of, and we got Cameron's stash. So we took Cameron's stash and we wrapped that thing up in a couple of heavy industrial garbage bags. We put it in a bucket. We buried it in Central Park. It was done. It was no problem. So Cameron comes out about a year and 2 months later, and he's in the neighborhood, and he's like monster diesel, like crazy. He even had a couple of new scars. Don't even whatever. So all of a sudden he comes out and he's like, yo, where's Benny? I'm like, oh, what's up? You back? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Benny will come over. We'll take care of your stuff. He's like, all right, no problem. That's all I've been thinking about. It's been on my mind. And I'm like, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So we turn around. Benny comes over and we're like, what's up? He's like ready to get back. Like he needs cash, he needs everything. So we took him to Central Park and we're there at the nighttime, like in the moonlight, that kind of stuff. Strangers in the night. Anyway, so we get Cameron his money. He's like, yo, fellas, man, you don't understand, man. You motherfuckers, I got your back forever. Like for real. Like even to this day, he'll put bodies in Central Park for me and for Benny. So anyway, then he turns around and he goes, where's my bird? And I was like, oh shit, we forgot about the bird. We left them next door with that old lady. And he's like, what do you mean, the old lady? I'm like, yeah, we just left her, gave some cash, and she was supposed to be watching. So we, from Central Park, all dirty, like no joke, like we literally like came from Central Park. We go to the lady's house, must have been about 11 o'clock at night. Ding, ding, the lady opens up. Yes. He's like, hola, senora. Benny's talking to him. He goes, I came here about a year ago and I told you to hold on to my bird because we were painting. She goes, yeah, but you never came back. And your bird is now like my baby. So Cameron's there being nice and quiet on the side. She hasn't seen his helmet and his scars or nothing. She's just seeing us, two little good boys. All of a sudden, the bird inside is like, ¿qué está pasando? What's happening? And when Cameron heard that, he's like, yo, you got my bird in there? When that lady saw Cameron come with that helmet, let me tell you something. She started calling him the devil. Get out. He's my bird now. Let me tell you something. He ran in there. When he saw the bird, the bird was like, oh shit, he's back. So he told the lady, this is my bird. He didn't even call it bird. He said paloma. It's Spanish for bird. This is my paloma. It's coming with me. She's like, no, it's my baby. He's like, I give you some money. You shut up. I take the bird. And she's like, no, I don't want your money. I want my baby. He turned around and he said, I'll kill you and the baby. She's like, take that pájaro out of the house. Take that bird out of the house. So now we got cash in a bucket with garbage bags. God knows what type of other nefarious things we buried in there. We got shovels. We got a giant bird cage. We're wheeling it down to Cameron's new apartment down Amsterdam Avenue. We got an old lady. She's there 911. Yeah, one of them has a white helmet and they got a shovel. You can catch them right now. They just took my bird. Like that type of stuff. So all of a sudden, so we set everything up in Cameron's house. The bird is there. I'm like, chill bird. You're going to have to live with them. You're going to have to just be calm. Be one with the crazy man. So when I left the house, I was just thinking to myself, like, for real, that bird was chilling. He was eating some good Spanish food. Now he's living with a wild gang leader from Harlem with a head injury. Can you imagine that bird at night sleeping like this? He probably had a plastic sword made. All I can tell you is that's the kind of conversation I just went over with my brother today. So it wasn't even a Benny thing, but when we gave the bird over, we just forgot about the bird. I mean, who comes back for a fucking bird? Like, who has it? The bird was like, ¿qué está pasando? Like, what's going on? Giant hugs, everybody. I'll talk to you tonight. Go.